Welcome back everyone to Chasing Full Arts. Today we're going to talk about grading with tag. Now I've gone through a bunch of the cards and I've selected 20 beautiful pieces to send in. Tag's process starts online where you first prepay for your submission and tell them what cards you're planning to send in. I'm going to start with 20. After you've selected the 20 cards, they're going to mail you a submission kit. And with the 20 that you've selected, they give you this nice printout list of all the cards that you're sending in. So I have that printed out and ready to go. So why did I choose tag instead of PSA this time around? Well, I like their comprehensive online reports and I love how their slabs look. They're clear, see-through, and they claim that they're going to be using technology to scan the cards to find the defects and grade them, so I'm really interested to see how that goes. Now, in this set of 20, I'm not planning to send a lot of heavy hitters or anything like that because I don't want them to come back as lower grades than they should be. So some of these cards I'm just sending just for fun and just to kind of just try out the process. A lot of these are from 151 and they are illustration rares. So tag is going to be looking at surface defects, centering, and the edges. So let's first talk about centering. What is centering, you might ask? Well, centering is how well the card is centered. So you can use a simple tool like this, which is a centering guide, where you put the card right in the middle, and you look at these lines to help figure out if it's centered or not. So the first card that I'm sending in is a Surfing Pikachu. Now, the only issue with the centering guide is if your border is yellow and the card is yellow, it's kind of hard to see exactly how centered this card is. So instead, I'm going to be using technology to help me out as well. I'm going to take scans of each of my cards, and I'm going to use a computer to measure out how centered it is. Now, before I go through the rest of these 20 cards, if you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me. It's free for you to do so and helps out the channel. All right, so let's dive into these 20 cards. So right here we got Surfing Pikachu. On the back right here, as you can see, I don't see any whitening or anything. All the edges and corners look pretty clean. I'll be inserting screenshots of the scans that I do. So what I find interesting about this card is, even though it's an electric Pokemon, it uses Surf, which uses 2 water energies to attack. All right, on to the next one. The next card up is Bulbasaur. This is from Stellar Crown. Another beautiful card. On the back right here, once again, no whiting. That's just a little... The only thing I don't like about these card savers are they're just static magnets. So, yeah. So you'll also notice that these are in card savers, not in top loaders. So anytime you send a submission in, they prefer card savers over top loaders. Card savers generally hold the card better, so it's a semi-rigid. So basically, if I shake this, the card doesn't move. Whereas in a top loader, it just goes knocking back and forth, which could damage the card. So it's definitely also to help protect it during shipment. So as you can see, they're sleeved and then in a card saver. So here I have Execute from 151. Actually, no, this is from Surging Sparks. I apologize. This is from Surging Sparks. And on the back, once again, this one is a little bit right heavy. As you can see, the right border is a little bit thicker than the left one. So this one might not 10. So same in the front. This left side is a little heavier than the right side. But we'll see what happens. As you can see by the measurements, it does show that it could 10 for a PSA. So we'll see what tag says for this guy. This is a cheaper card, so if it does get a 9, not a big deal. All right, so here is one heavy hitter. This is a Charizard EX from Paladin Fates. So the other cool part about tag is they don't upcharge you. So if I sent this to PSA, they're definitely going to upcharge me because this card is worth more than $200. Centering on this one looks really good, so I do hope that this comes back as a 10. All right. Next one is a favorite of my niece's. This is Sprigatito. Hope I said that right. Sprigatito. This one's from Paldea Evolved. This one is a little bit left heavy, but it's not too bad. Generally, they're more forgiving on the back than the front, but the front looks pretty good. So we'll see. All right. Next one is from Crown Zenith. This one's just for kicks. A Mareep. I just really like the picture of the sheep. The back looks really good. Sure, that little dust. The front also looks really good, so I have high hopes on that one. Next one is Ivysaur from 151. So this will be the first one that I send in. I plan to send in the full set to PSA because they grade sequentially. I found out through tag that their numbers are not sequential. They're just random numbers and letters. So I can send them in at any time. So I'm not worried about them, but I do plan to get a set of these in tag. So we'll see what happens. All right, next up we have Horsey. This one's from Shrouded Fable. Another beautiful card. On the back, also very clean. All right, next one is a favorite from Stellar Crown. We got Squirtle here. I love the illustrations with multiple Pokemon in them. So we got Squirtle here in the middle and some Pidgeys. Kind of just playing in a little pool on a deck. Pretty nice. Also very clean. So high hopes for this one. All right. Ash's first catch in the TV series, Caterpie. So this one's for 151. Another beautiful card. I see no whiting, so I should have no issues with any edges or anything like that. Next up is Psyduck from 151. Also centered very well, looks. Might not be centered well inside the packaging or inside the card saver, but that's okay. All right, another from 151. We got Dragonair here. Another beautiful card. And another one from 151, Alakazam in an SIR. So you can tell that this is an SIR due to the texture that they put on here. So the Dragonair is just a normal illustration rare. So as you can see, the borders are just this gray, whereas Alakazam has this textured foil looking border. So centered really well as well. No whiting of any sort that I see, so it looks good. All right, next one from Twilight Masquerade, Chansey. This is a beautiful card in my opinion. Not only do we have Chansey there, we also got Psyduck, Ditto, a Snorlax sleeping in the background, Bellsprout. Just a beautiful card with a lot of Pokemon on it. The back is a little bit heavy on the left right here, it looks like, but I mean, hopefully they're forgiving. Well, we'll see. The front just looks pretty good, so. All right, next one we have is from Crown Zenith. Another card with a lot of different Pokemon on it. Some of these I don't even know who they are, so if you do know, let me know. I definitely see Pikachu up here in the front since that is the card, and I see a Golbat. Not sure what some of these other ones are. I see Militok, I think that is. But yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon on here, so I definitely will need to look these up later. Centering is pretty good on the back and the front, so I think that will be a 10. All right, this is a new one from Destined Rivals. This is Misty's Lapras. Okay, I think that is just a piece of dirt. It is in between the card saver and the plastic, it looks like. Yep, all right, perfect. So yes, that was not something wrong with the edge or anything like that. That was just a piece of dirt. Once again, these card savers are just dust magnets. This is centered really well in my opinion, so hopefully that's a 10. We got Mr. Mime here from 151. Even though there's not a lot of different Pokemon, there is 3 Mr. Mimes on the screen, so pretty cool looking card. Centered pretty well, I see no issues. Next one I have is Poliwhirl, also from 151. I love the water image, how it's looking at itself in its reflection. Beautiful card. All right, next we got a promo from Prismatic Evolutions. So this is Eevee with the Pokemon Center stamp. So this one, if I sent a PSA, I would get upcharged because it's worth more than $200. So another reason why I like Tag, because they don't upcharge. These promo cards are kind of hit or miss sometimes, but I do feel this one should grade pretty well. So another piece of dust. Let's get that out of the way. All right, last but not least, I have Cleffa. This is from Obsidian Flames. Another beautiful card. So I got all these ready for submission. So now I'm just going to be waiting for Tag to send me the submission kit so I can put them in the box and send them out. If you've made it with me all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Hopefully we'll be sending these out soon.